Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver, and I forgot to hit the recording button, and now that I got my internet back, I have these stupid notifications from my phone, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, you know, airplane mode is a nice button to press. Also, congratulations on the car, Plunger Head. I'm really proud of you, brother. Or should I say, homie? That is a slightly misleading statement in a joke on the Discord. So, you know, in case Plungerhead ever watches this video and then gets confused. I mean, maybe this video will age well. Maybe Plungerhead will get a new car on Saturday. I don't know. I haven't asked him, to be honest with you. So we're gonna be doing the mods in the next episodes, mainly because I have them downloaded, but I haven't installed them yet, and I was kind of running out of time for today. And so honestly, what I could do, I'm not going to do it, but what I could do if I wanted to, is I could make it a part of this video, installing the mods and trying them out. But I think I'm just going to install the mods when I'm done with this episode, go to bed, and then when I wake up to record more episodes, it will, like, 6 episodes will be with the new mods and hopefully have a chance to feature them. We're not going to do Kathak Otarasu. I think we'll do Goizo. We'll do Goizo Medical History Mimi, which is not a normal combination that we do. It's not something that I think about, like, oh, that'll be a fun challenge, Goizo Medical History Mimi, but, you know, just to spice it up a little bit. Like, Mimi's a fun character to play, and I also respect any character who starts with a weapon. So, second enemy and second mystery, knowledge and charisma. So the right side, which thankfully Mimi's got that pretty much taken care of right off the bat. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is, and we're on timeline B, so we've got potential for cool things to happen, trademark. And you know, I gotta be real with you, once we got the internet back, because I was avoiding using like cell data to like watch, because I had to buy like a gigabyte of data for my phone, so that I could use the internet when the internet here went down, and so I was like avoiding like watching YouTube on my phone, like pretty much like a hawk, because I didn't want to, like, you know, incur more like fees, because if you go over the 1 gigabyte, you have to buy another gigabyte, which I'm probably not going to use. So thankfully I just used about 80% of it, which is good, but anyways, that's besides the point. I used about 80% of it, and so I was avoiding using YouTube for anything other than uploading videos, and hopefully it's not really apparent when you go to watch them, but a couple of the videos are like the bitrate. The targeted bitrate, like the targeted bitrate that's recommended for YouTube is like 11 to 16, I think, for like full HD videos, right? the bitrate on a couple of the videos was 2, so that they were like 100 megabits. Listen, you gotta do, the audio sounded fine, man. You gotta do what you gotta do, alright? And so I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh my god, that's like, listen, I felt kind of bad, alright? I felt bad, I genuinely did. But I didn't want to use a lot of my data or whatever, so I just, you know, I made the videos small, I turned my phone hotspot on, and then just uploaded them through the night. And so that's basically, besides, you know, contacting people on the outside world like once a day, that's pretty much just, oh, no, let's check them later, man. I don't want to lose the funds. but, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, like, you know, I barely, like, I tried not to use my data as much as possible, and so I didn't watch any YouTube videos, which means that I'm definitely not the only person who does this. Like, I am absolutely certain, but I like to rewatch certain clips from shows that I've seen before. And usually that would be something like an anime, but it can be a TV show before. I've watched plenty of, and I'm not even talking about like the old Simpsons clips or old Family Guy clips, because I have definitely watched a lot of those. But I'm talking about like old Buffy clips, old like, I mean, I think we've all seen that one clip from Dexter, right? Like the famous meme where the guy comes up behind him and is like, surprise. But anyways, you know, just old clips from shows that I like, and it's mostly anime. I'm not trying to brush that off like, oh, he's a weeb, but he doesn't want to admit it. Nah. I mean, just like in general, just old clips of shows, and specifically for anime. Well, not specifically for anime, because there is the one. But, you know, anime openings and anime endings, certain music songs as well. I mean, this is all normal, like completely normal stuff to do on YouTube, so I don't even know why I'm explaining. It's like, yes, fellow humans, I use YouTube to watch YouTube videos. A shocker, I know. But I was recently, like, watching some old, well, not old, because it came out in 2011. Is 2011 old now? That would be, I mean, I guess it was a decade ago, but damn. Anyways, I was watching 2011 Hunter x Hunter clips and stuff, like openings and endings, and I forgot how good Ending 3 was, dude. I forgot how good Ending 3 was. So yeah, we're just gonna, let's just jump into it. Did we even fight anything? No, we didn't. We fought absolutely nothing in that entire run. So what's next? School Scissors is next, so that'll be our second mystery, and this will also have our first enemy, and maybe even our second one if we're feeling lucky. So yeah, you know, we're just hanging out, man. I need to get, because I'm trying to space the videos out to the point where it's like, I've talked about it before, I'm trying to space the videos out to the, so that I don't get, like, tired of them, right? And that's, I mean, to some extent, it's kind of unavoidable, because I've played World of Horror more in the last couple of days than I probably have since I made the original backlog for my travels. But then again, I'm making this backlog right now so that I can travel back without having to worry about the videos. And also, one of the things is I've discovered how to use YouTube Studio, the phone application, which I've had it installed for a long time, but I never really got into it, if that makes sense, because, you know, I was just kind of thinking to myself, like, it's there, I guess, right? Like, it's a thing that exists. But oh my god, dude, are you serious? Okay. Thank God for Kana. And Tiny Cuts for being, you know, a very, very helpful thing that exists. Thank God for Tiny Cuts. You love to see it. But if it has an effect, I've never noticed it ever. And I literally just think it is what it says. No effect. It's more annoying than anything. But, which is true, right? Like, you just have, like, a tiny cut, and it's like, you don't feel it, you don't notice it until you see it, and it's like, but yeah, so, what was I talking about? I don't remember. My train of thought, the station? Like, listen, the station is abandoned. The train left years ago. That's a rather sad thing to say when talking about one's, hey, it's our boy again. That's a rather sad thing to say when talking about somebody's mind. Especially self-referentially. But, yeah, no, I'm having a good time. Don't worry about it. I've said this multiple times, but obviously you don't expect that everybody's seen every video, so you just kind of like say it multiple times, even if it's not entirely relevant, right? Is that for people who watch all the videos, but you know, you have to say it multiple times because anyone, this could be anyone's first World of Horror episode for Webweaver, right? Is that, like, I don't do things, like, recreationally speaking, if I don't have fun with them, right? Like, I drop games and shows just literally instantly. Like, when it comes to, like, recreation, I have absolutely zero commitment to anything unless I enjoy it. Like, if I don't enjoy a game, I will drop it immediately and I will never touch it again with no hesitation and no regret. And so, if I did not enjoy World of Horror, I would not play it. Just completely, there is not a doubt in my mind that if I stopped enjoying this game, that I would hesitate to drop it. Because for me, I'm going to pay attention here for a second. So it's a bow and it's a clap. Then what do we got? So it's a bow and a clap. Bow, clap, clap. Or that was a bow. Oh crap! I'm never gonna. I'm never gonna remember that. I will be 100% honest with you, because that was like a bow, a clap, a clap, no. It was a bow, a clap, a bow, a clap, a bow. I think. But I'm not gonna, like, you don't fight ghost enemies to begin with, because they're not worth it. So we'll just, we'll acquiesce, I think. But yeah, like, I enjoy the game, and I'm gonna keep playing it for as long as I enjoy it. I've just always said that about the series, and I've always meant it, too. Like, that's the thing. You know, if I'm watching a show, or I'm watching a movie, and I am not, listen, it's not a short attention span thing, because the game can be slow, and I can still enjoy it. I enjoy Final Fantasy XIV, I enjoy Animal Crossing New Horizons. Both of those games are rather known for being, it's Maru, by the way. Maru and School Scissors, I'm gonna lock that in for 5% Doom, Alex. But, yeah, it's like, I'm just thinking about it. And, like, I enjoy slow games. Like, I like Stardew Valley. I like Animal Crossing, New Horizons specifically. I haven't played the other ones, so I don't know if I like them or not. I like Final Fantasy XIV. And I actually, like, in retrospect and in hindsight and watching my old recordings back, A Realm Reborn wasn't that bad. Right, like, I think that A Realm Reborn is bad because all of your friends are at the cool part of the game, right? Like, your friends have spent the last, like, 200 hours grinding to get to the cool part of the game and the payoff, and you want to join them. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you need to go through... It's like JoJo's Part 1 and 2, right? Like, it's like Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency, which, and originally I didn't agree with that assessment, but if you go through it, it's not bad, it's just worse than everything else. And so you have to kind of go through it, not really suffer through it, like, it's decent. But just the fact that it all gets better the longer you play, and that your friends are all, like, waiting for you, and then having to retread sort of, like, the boring parts of the game to play with you, that's sort of, like, the worst part about A Realm Reborn, is just that it gets so much better that that's about it, right? But, like, yeah, I like and can get into games that start off slow. But, I mean, that doesn't mean that I don't like games that start off with a bang, right? Like, love Vanquish, love Bayonetta, love, well, I haven't beat Metal Gear Rising, but I really did enjoy what I've played of it. But yeah, you know, San Francisco is gone now. That was for the good of all Americans. Which, listen, if you live in San Francisco, it's kind of harsh. But at the same time, kind of true. I don't know the context of the sort of like Bugs Bunny cutting off Florida and then it like floating out into the ocean, but it's like, yeah, you could probably do that with most of the coastal states. Oh, I'm messing about. Don't give it too much thought. These are real 5 a.m. Webweaver hours, so don't worry about it too much. But nah. Like I can get into games that are slow and have like slow pacing, and I can get into games that have fast pacing and quick pacing. So it's not the situation of like, oh, you have to be immediately entertained. Like, I'm not the kind of person who needs a movie to have like this cool action scene in the first like 5 minutes so that I'm invested, right? Like I usually find those things kind of annoying, unless it's Promorare. Promorare gets away with it. Promorare is a great movie, but you know, I'm not the kind of person who needs like an over the top super crazy action sequence at the start to be like, oh, this is interesting. No, if it's interesting, I can get into it, right? Like, if it's got a good premise and it's got like good design, or it's interesting, like in its sort of how it presents itself, I can definitely get into it, even if it's slow. So yeah, there like absolutely no problems there. It's just that if I'm playing a game, even if it has that crazy action sequence, or I'm watching like a show or a movie, and I'm not like, yeah, this is worth my time in like the first, I mean, for a TV show, because of Madoka, I'll give a TV show 3 episodes. For a movie, I'll give it like 30 minutes. For a game, I'll give it about like maybe 20-30 minutes. But if it doesn't grip me within those like 20-30 minutes, I'm out. I'm probably never touching it again, which might strike some viewers as harsh, and I understand. But at the same time, it's like, I view like recreational time as not necessarily sacred, because I will waste and procrastinate in recreational time and then be like, oh man, I can't believe I wasted my time, right? But I will definitely, like, if it's something that I don't enjoy, period, I'm not gonna do it recreationally. Like, I don't think that's I don't think that's going to be a controversial thing that strikes the viewers at home as harsh. Because, I mean, I'm just like, when I want to relax, I want to do something I enjoy, right? Like, when I want to relax, I don't want to do something that's like, oh, you know, you got to play it for 300 hours for it to get good. And you might be like, oh, but isn't that Final Fantasy XIV? Kinda. Like, I mean, the story is good, and the gameplay is all right for Final Fantasy XIV at the very beginning, right? Like, I actually think, and this might strike some viewers at home as weird, but I actually think that A Realm Reborn might be a fantastic game to get people into if they've never like played, like if they're not really big into a game. Because A Realm Reborn basically structures itself as a tutorial for your job, if that makes sense. Like, when I picked Conjurer, right, like, I knew exactly what my buttons did because I had so few of them. And I have, like, you know, 10-15 hours to learn the buttons. And then you put me in a situation where I get a new button, and I'm like, oh, thank God, finally something new to cast. Fluid Aura, god damn it, throws it in the trash immediately. But no, it's like, you know, you have... I think A Realm Reborn does a fantastic job at teaching you how the game works. Like, it doesn't teach you how, like, the game works on, like, a meta level, if you will. And it doesn't teach you how to properly play the game. Like, let's be perfectly honest here. But in the way the game is designed, you don't have to be, like, really good to, like, beat the story, like, the normal story. So, the game teaches you what you need to know to get through it, which I think is, like, not enough. Like, I don't think games do that very well, right? Like, games either have stupid pop-up tutorials, or they have, like, no tutorial at all. And I think both are fine. But in, like, A Realm Reborn is weird, because you have, like, it literally only works because you have so long to just learn how your job works, how your class works. Like, you have so long to just get it down to, not really a science, but you have so long to figure it out and how it works. And if you have combos, the combos are very flashy and the buttons glow, so you know what you need to press at a glance when they're not complicated. And as they keep getting more and more complicated, you know, it's a gradual sort of progression throughout the game, and as you're getting more comfortable with the controls. So I think A Realm Reborn does a really good job of that. Because I had, like, previous MMO experience was Black Desert Online, which is a very strange MMO. I wouldn't even really classify it as, like, a... Like, I mean, it is an MMO, but it's not the kind of MMO that I think about when I think of an MMO, if that makes sense. Which doesn't make sense at all, I apologize. Was this necessary? Probably not, but it was just what I was thinking of doing at the time. Because, I mean, it gets us there without having to worry about it too much, but... Like, Black Desert Online is kind of a weird one, right? And I don't consider that like a traditional MMO. So the only traditional MMOs that I played was RuneScape, which is nothing like, you know, any other game that I've played. Because RuneScape is back on the lobster boat. We love Mondays. And, whoa. That's kind of sketchy there. So RuneScape is back on the lobster boat. That's all I did in RuneScape, okay? All I did in RuneScape was fish for crustaceans on an island. That's it. That's all I ever did, and then I sold them, and then I made money. That's it. That's all I did in RuneScape. But that's besides the point. The point is, I'm scared of this man. So we can just guarantee that hits, right? No? Okay. We run if that misses. Okay, goodbye. I'll see you later. We're not on Kathaka Tassaru. Goodbye. So now we need to heal. We need to heal a lot, because we're gonna go get beaten up by Akamanto, so we can just casually get cursed twice, which, you know, we can go down from 12 knowledge to 10, because that's, thank God for power leveling knowledge, huh? And we have three Innsmouth looks, actually. I repeat, we have 3 Innsmouth looks. And for once in our lives, I think we'll go ahead and get Indomitable Cut taken care of, because we're going to Akamanto. But then, of course, we immediately get Blood Loss, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then, do we do the Spiral Hoodie just because it'll give us a better brace for impact? I mean, we might as well, right? We go ahead and rest, max out our stamina, and I would like to have some sort of stamina regen, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we can just go for it. And thank God for that being Doom. We don't really care about Doom at the moment. We've had a few runs recently that's just like, hey, who cares about Doom? Just don't die. And, yeah, I think that, as far as that's concerned, we'll keep the bandage on us in case he gives us, like, a thing that we can heal from it. But, yeah, I think we can just go ahead. And one other thing that I wanted to say really quickly, again, because you never know if it's, like, somebody's first web video, right? Both Crystar and RimWorld are interesting to me. It's just that I'm not currently in a position where I can record them. Well, actually, by the time you watch this video, I will be in a position where I could record them. But that's not the point. The point is, that does 3 damage. That's very disgusting. We should be able to kill him with this, though, because, it doubles first and then applies the modifiers. So this would do 7 damage. So we can just do this, and then we can just do that. No, we can't. Because that's how Mafia works. We have a 5% chance to lose the game. I'm just gonna use the Threat of Fate, dude. I'm just gonna use the Threat of Fate. I didn't want to. I didn't even know we had it, but we're just gonna use the Threat of Fate. It's just that easy. And then we'll go ahead and do Dexterity, because I don't remember if we have a Dexterity check. I'm pretty sure it's just Knowledge and Charisma, but we might as well, right? Like, Takashi's not gonna need Anatomy class. Although he might, because we do 3 damage as a basic attack. Yeah, so we do have Takashi. Second enemy was Maru, right? And then second mystery was School Scissors. We're not taking any damage from the Lighthouse. So, I mean, I guess we just go for it, man. I guess we just go for it? Yeah. I don't think there's any problem with just gunning for it. It's a shame that we got Indomitable Cut and there's nothing we can do about it, but what we can do is this, and we can just do, whatever. Just throw the Crestfallen Mask at him, throw the Bandage at him, give him everything we got. Oh my god. What a disgusting... Look at this! I don't even know what he gave us. I don't really care. Was it Tiny Cuts again? I don't even know. We could get both of these wrong, by the way. We don't need to care about if it's Maru in School Scissors. We could answer Akamanto and, like, you know, a Violent Vigil, which we didn't even get, right? It doesn't really matter. Like, we could answer Eerie Eels if we wanted to. We've smashed Goizo, and get your mind out of the gutter. We've smashed the mirror that contains Goizo, which you might think might let him out, but no, he needs that mirror. It was his favorite. Goizo is now going to appear on The Repair Show, a British TV show where people bring their personal belongings to get fixed and, like, revamped, that are, like, really old. They bring their personal belongings there to get them fixed and, like, refurnished is probably the wrong word to use. And they get restored, that's correct. So they bring their old stuff in that they've been, like, handed down through the generations, and then they get it restored and repaired, so it's just like new. And so Goizo, or probably more likely a Goizo cultist, because it would be very weird if you just had, like, a piranha plant just strolling into on British TV. I mean, I suppose it probably wouldn't be the first time, but, you know, you just have a piranha plant strolling, and it's like, hey, some douchebag broke my mirror. Oh, please fix. Oh no, that's oh Jesus Christ. Goizo in the repairs show. What's he gonna do? Oh, but the one thing the repair show can't fix is Goizo's relationship with God. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name is Webweaver. Hope you're all staying safe out there. Thank you for joining me with this dumpster fire of an episode. Hope you're all staying safe out there. Have a good one. Goodbye.